to the Only One Mic podcast called Gerard Brooklyn Dre. J-Rob is in the building. How you doing, fellas?
What up?
All right, y'all. All right, so we got on the table today, guys, Eli Apple, baby mama is bugging, trying to put the bounty on him. Got a savage beating old ladies out in New York. And also AI is here. We in the age of the Terminator, y'all. This is crazy. All right, how you fellas doing, man? It's been a while since we been on this microphone. Everybody was taking a little bit of a hiatus.
Good.
Getting ready for the fall.
Well.
Getting ready for the fall and everything. Hey, Jay, man, did you know that Danielle Outlaw stepped down out in your hometown, man? She resigned.
Yeah, I saw that. She was horrible from the beginning. I don't even know why she got the job, but good riddance to her.
Do you think it was because the whole age of the first, man? I like to call it the age of the first. Like everybody's the age of the first black woman, the first gay person, the first.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
If that was going to be their stance on it, they should have got a sister with a little bit more melanin, like bring us a Fanny or something. You know what I mean?
Well, the argument is now that they were saying that a lot of the local politicians out there were saying they should have put somebody that's actually from Philadelphia to actually know these neighborhoods.
Yeah, because they understand what's going on. I mean,
Where was she from?
From Baltimore originally.
Yeah,
I believe it's
I
Baltimore.
mean, but she came up here. She got baby hair and finger waves. Man,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
on, like you out of touch, sis. You got to go.
Come on, man.
You know what I mean?
Can't be banging on the baby hair. So.
Look, man,
Rocking the baby hairs, man.
if you're a grown adult woman over a certain age, you shouldn't be trying to do no baby hair. You got to stop. We got to really start calling this stuff out.
She's old school, man.
Yeah, like the finger waves, maybe that's her thing, but let the baby hair go. You know what I mean? Come on.
Hating on the baby hair.
Baby hair is for babies. Let it go. That's why it's called baby hair, right?
That's auntie, man.
That's auntie. Man. Yeah, that's auntie.
Man, I think I've seen her a couple of times doing press conference with baby powder on the neck a few times.
Well, but yeah, they were saying like they need to get somebody that's out, that's from here, man, to kind of know they lay of the land and everything like that. So.
Yeah, you actually know the streets, know the communities. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even have some connections. You know, what
I think she was being too nice.
There.
You think she was being too nice?
I think she was being too nice, man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say that. I just think that she was out of touch with the community and with the city and what the needs of the city actually is.
Well, when she started at I think it was like right around the pandemic happened. Then you had the riots happen, and then the uprisings. I don't like to call it riots. The uprisings happened, and then you had the situation going on with the gun violence was like out of control.
It's still out of control. So I think too, that's a big issue too, is that you think she kind of ran away from that whole situation. They're like, isn't that we could do about it?
I was going to say, well, just quickly say that I think the reason why she's having such a hard time is I think that people wasn't thinking she wasn't strict enough. I think that was the issue.
Nah, my thing is I just think she was out of touch. She don't know the community. She don't know the needs of that city. She came in there talking tough, like, maybe that flies in Baltimore, but in Philadelphia, you got to have a little bit more polish. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want to hear you come talk tough because that don't mean nothing to us. You got to,
Well, I'll be honest with you. Baltimore is crazy. So I would have thought she would have fit right in, man.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to have a little bit more polish in the city in Philadelphia. Like you gotta talk to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just come out here with an iron fist. We don't care nothing about that. Yeah. Baltimore, them niggas a little slow. You know what I mean? Like,
wow. We got people
let's
trying to start some beef.
I'm just being sincere. We all know they a little bit,
Listen,
Baltimore's a loose state, man. It's the craziest state I've ever been in, man.
Listen, man, I respect them.
Exactly.
I respect them. Exactly. They actually ran Jamal Bryant up out of there. Al Sharpton. They ran him up out of there.
Let me ask y'all this question.
What up?
Definitely Baltimore is gritty, is grimy. Have you ever met a cat that has some polish from Baltimore?
No. Well, I would say no. I can't say I don't know. What I do know is they gave us some of the best television in years.
Absolutely.
Best
What we
television.
do know is that they don't have no problem with doing the crime with the mask off down there in Baltimore. They take the mask off in Baltimore.
See, my brother might not remember this.
If that don't make my point, I don't know what to do.
It was one time we was in Baltimore, man. We stopped at this filling station. I don't know if you remember this, but I seen a real 1980s New York finesse move. This guy drives up to the pump, right? And so he's at the pump and these kids are there. So the kids, he got a nice car, man. You know what I mean? So naturally the kids go to the car. They ask him questions about the car, and he's married, he's shining or whatever. Meanwhile, the other kid around the other side and the passenger side is totally digging in the car while he's talking. And I'm like, nobody's picking up on this. Like the kids is distracting him while the other one is getting busy. And he never opened the door. Nothing like that. He just went through the window and is just in there just digging this guy's joint out.
Yeah, that's an old school purse snatching state, man. They still doing purse snatching down there.
Let me tell you how gutter Baltimore is. People are still going down there grabbing little kids, giving them candy and having them pump the candy, you know what I'm saying, and taking money from them. Oh. Like they pimping kids out in Baltimore. That's what's going on down there.
It's old support my team type of job.
Yeah. Nah, just on a regular, like ain't no teams. Hey, y'all want to make some money? I'll give y'all $5 off of every 50 or whatever the case may be.
Wow. I'm gonna go worse than that. We had a family member in Baltimore one time. We came to visit out on a barbecue. He said he'd been hustling for 13 years, man, and all he had was he only graduated to an 8 ball. That's how crazy. That's how crazy Baltimore is.
You gotta let it go.
You gotta let it go.
You can't do good selling drugs, man.
Something wrong with you. Let's jump into these topics. The big thing burning up right now is Eli Apple's baby mama. What's her name? Destiny. She's an Instagram model, isn't? You know what? I just want to give like a PSA. Like, if you got some bread, y'all gotta leave these Instagram models alone. You gotta leave them alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All that glitter ain't gold and all that shine ain't polished, man. So it's just that, you always hear these stories of, they get the babies with these cats and it ends up becoming an issue. You know what I mean? And pretty much that's like a hustle in itself.
This is the thing with her, right? She has 2 other NFL players that she has children by.
Yes.
Which is wild to me. Like why you would even want her is beyond me. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand these cats. Like,
I think they said Geno Smith and Josh Jacobs, right?
Josh Jacobs,
yeah. I think allegedly, or however you want to put it on now.
Listen, man. Listen, I am not surprised. So anyway, apparently she went old school, put the bounty on him. Offered to pay. Pay. Yo, look, but I know you're gonna get into it, Jay. But offered. Do you grasp the gravity of the situation, man?
She put a hit out on the ball, and everybody acting like it's not a hit,
and nobody's saying.
Hey, first of all, J-Rob is a little compromised, man. He's a Buddy Ryan fan, man. They used to put out hits all the time.
That's man to man.
That's man to man. But the hit was never ordered.
You know what I'm saying? It was never ordered by a baby mom. That's a different thing.
This is a new era.
We all remember the Buddy Bowl, man.
The Bounty Bowl. What we did on Thanksgiving for the Cowboys. We love it. We love it. That's Philadelphia football.
So listen, y'all. Listen. Baby.
Y'all about to have me start going into an Eagles chant. I don't even want to do that right now.
Yeah, not on this microphone.
We're gonna edit that joint out.
That thing down. Tell me you're gonna come up here, chat some Eagles garbage, man.
Fly Eagles fly.
That's crazy, man.
So listen. So here's with is it Destiny or Destiny? Destiny.
Whatever.
Right.
Whatever, man.
She's a model. Her name is Destiny. All right. So listen, baby mama said
she need to go to jail.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's up there. Baby mama said, go for the knees. Maybe a hammy. I'll gladly sell you back any fines. Which means mama money is long.
That's crazy.
Yeah, actually, her money probably longer than his, man.
Yeah, man.
You got Josh Jacobs on the joint, and he just got a grip.
I
And
think Gino just got a new contract.
Yeah, Gino got a grip. I think they all doing better than Eli Apple. As far as money is concerned.
That's crazy.
But yeah,
probably why she's talking to him like that.
Yeah,
man.
talking to him crazy, man.
But this is my thing, man. This should be the main thing. If that was a man putting out that, like, let's say, it's a boxer named Clarissa Shields. She's a female boxer.
Clarissa Shields.
Good boxer. If she had a disgruntled ex-boyfriend, baby dad, or whatever, and they went to her opponent or whoever she was about to fight and they injure her, hurt her, or whatever the case may be, that would be like breaking news. It would be all over the place, and that man will go to jail.
Oh yeah, he been handcuffs.
So they just letting this chick talk like this, and it's just all willy-nilly and free, and nobody even cares. Well, she needs to go to jail. You need to make an example out of her.
Have you heard the backstory on it, though?
Yeah, I was just going to give you some context on it.
I'm not saying it's right.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it's right. I'm not even going to say I understand because you know what I mean? I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I'm not
going to do that. You know what I mean?
What would be the difference of your ex sending somebody up to your job saying, yo, hurt him? What's the difference?
Oh, no, I'm not. I agree with you. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I agree with you.
All right.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I'm not saying that you're wrong. Just saying the backstory is a little crazy.
All right. So she said this is the context.
According to her.
Yeah. It's always two sides of the story.
Right.
She said, we got pregnant after traveling together. This is her and Eli.
You got pregnant.
Well, it take two to tango.
Two to tango.
Yeah, you know what I mean? She didn't just will this into existence. All right. So she said, we got pregnant after traveling together during the off season. His response to her pregnancy was, well, what did you expect? I knew it was going to happen. Then he tells me he has a sex problem, and I'm the 6th woman in 3 years, and the others just had abortions. But I was already 14 weeks at the time of this confession, right? She said, fast forward to mid-pregnancy, my son has a heart condition and needed a cord blood transfusion.
Hold on. Before you go to that,
yeah.
What's up with these football players, man? Why do football players have 1 million children, man? Like, it's just like absolutely ridiculous. And the crazy part about most football players, they can't afford it, man. Maybe it's not like basketball or baseball where, it's like
that money guaranteed. That's not guaranteed money.
Yeah, man. It's like crazy. I'm not saying, no matter how much money you make, it ain't right.
You know why football players have a bunch of children? Because to be honest with you, football players are modern day gladiators, and women love warriors.
And they have
it's all to it.
Yeah, they have a drive. That's what it is. You know what I mean? All that, adrenaline and.
But it's always football.
I'm not a doctor though. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
As far as sports is concerned, though, it's always football players that like rape charges and just like a lot of weird garbage that you don't see in other sports figures.
Because they're not the same, and I'm glad we actually bringing this up. Let's be honest. Football players are not the same as these other athletes. They're just not. Listen, you got to be a different breed to play that game.
All right, speak on it, brother. Speak on it.
Yeah, I guess. Man.
Go in, black man. Tell him.
That game is about
aggression.
Not only that, it's about dominating and dismantling the person in front of you. It's truly a gladiator arena, and they just wired different.
Yeah, it's a fact. That's a fact.
Something wrong with him, man. Something wrong with him, man.
Yeah.
I mean, even the old football, you never see like Julius Erving and all of them get caught up in like Lawrence Taylor, they in the room, hotels in Florida, wilding out or something like that.
I'm telling you the truth. I'm trying to tell you, they different. LT did cocaine before he played the game.
Oh yeah.
Just so he could run around wild and be intimidating and talk crazy.
I once heard an LT story on Howard Stern. They said he used to get off the plane and ask where the coke and the hookers are.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hey.
That was his MO. Any city he touched down there.
Yeah,
that's real.
That's crazy. It's real crazy.
Crazy, man. They different.
Now couple that with a couple extra dollars in your pocket.
They got players. I remember a few years back, Aqib Talib. His brother is actually doing time for a murder now. But he was on the field snatching chains.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He's snatching your chain off you. Like, it's just different.
Yeah.
It's different.
Something different.
Hit him. He's grinding. Let that one sink in your ear real quick, man. That's grimy, man.
Most of them from down there in Florida with 3 dreads in their head, man, and just losing their mind, man. You know what I mean?
To be able to walk on that field and play at a high level, you just got to be wired.
Yeah, but I get it, man. But I seen one. I forget who it was. I think I was watching Jets Hard Knock Life years ago. This is a long time ago, man. I think it was a cornerback. I think he had like 16 kids or something crazy like that, man. By mad different women, like
Cromartie.
Yeah, Cromartie. Yeah, I believe it's Cromartie. Yeah, man. I was thinking of the name. I didn't want to say it and mess it up, but yeah, man. I'm like, come on, man. Like, just for yourself.
All right, that's 16 kids sprinkled out, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like different women, man.
Wow.
Wasn't like one chick, you know what I mean?
But
like
you know what? I if this woman here, Destiny, has been with, what was it? Geno Smith?
Geno Smith, Josh Jacobs.
And I mean, I don't know, could be other people, probably just didn't have kids, man. But the thing is that if you know that, right? And you go into this situation knowing she been with these guys and knowing what the outcome was, why would you do it?
It's the funny thing. Speak about Destiny. Destiny basically like invested in some bums and came up big.
Yeah. But it was
she definitely hit a lick.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put this on the table, man. It was I think it was like a female rapper some years ago that used to say this was the hustle. Said, listen, you want to teach these girls to get rich? This is what you do. You find you a NBA player, football player, whoever, have a baby by him, take them for child support, move on to the next one. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's crazy.
I mean, who would gamble
or,
with Geno?
Or get them to marry you and then get a divorce? Just like who was it that we just talked about a few months back? Who it was a basketball guy. His kids wasn't his; it was his best friend's.
Oh yeah, I forget the name.
It's escaping me, man. I know you're talking about
the kid from Canada.
I know what you're talking about. It's on my yeah. But
I forget it, man.
I ain't gonna get into it. But I mean, but
go ahead, finish it off.
Yeah, all right. So
what you saying?
So listen. This is what she was saying. We left off at the kid needed a cord blood transfusion. She said she's not a direct match for the kid, but Eli is. So the doctor set up the appointment for him to give 30 milliliters of blood, right? And she said that he refused. I guess the context of what they put this in. Basically, he was smashing different women in every city he went into with no condom on, right? So she said that he blocked her because she sent him an article of a girl exposing him. And then after that, he told her it was best for the baby to die. This is his words, not mine.
That's according to what she said.
That's according to what she said.
I'm going to say this, right? He told her, I had 6 other women pregnant in the last 3 years, and they all got abortions. Mm-hmm. So he basically was telling her what type of time he was on. She wanted to do something else because obviously she likes, she gets pregnant by NFL players and she keeps the baby.
The funny thing about that is, like, man, he's lucky. Don't get me wrong. I think none of what I'm saying is right. His life is sick. But I'm saying that how many women would have a baby with somebody, who's an NFL player and get rid of it? You know what I mean? Like, that's amazing that he got past that. You know what I mean?
No, not really. He probably gave him a couple of hours.
Yeah, but I'm with a couple of hours as opposed to what? A lifetime hook? You know what I mean?
but you figure in most cases these ladies are in their early 20s. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They kind of naive. They'll take 10 bands. Here, take this 10 grand, get the joint or whatever, and, you keep the change.
I would think the older women probably would be different, but I think these younger women, man, that's the lick. That's been the lick for years.
It's no longer sneaker money, folks.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You
gotta come.
None of it's right, man. All of it's sick in the marvel, man. It's a wild, young, wild dude, man. Y'all here wilding, whatever the case may be. But Yeah, I just find it sick, man. And the whole thing with the baby, I hope that's not true.
I really hope that's not
I
true.
hope that's her exaggerating the truth. I wouldn't think that, anybody would be that cold and cold-hearted to.
Hold on, I gotta interject. I'm gonna be honest with you. Our African brothers, they go real hard on these women. So I believe that he actually said it.
You think so?
I definitely do. Yeah, absolutely.
But did you think it was one of those take the glove off moments, man, where it was like,
yo, this is what it is.
But still, listen, you don't put that on the kid.
Might have been emotional what he's going through. I mean, still, it's crazy.
Yeah, you don't put that on the kid, man.
Yeah,
that's jacked up. But one last thought on this particular topic before we move on, man. Do you think that, I know this is personal business, does the league intervene in this at any given moment?
How can they?
I mean, because it's out there. She actually put this out.
He did nothing. He didn't do anything to her.
Yeah, he didn't do anything to her, but I mean in terms of this bounty that's out, man.
Well, no, actually, I was going to say the reverse of it is that they probably will press charges or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They need to press charges against her. Yeah,
that's what
I'm saying.
Go to jail. She put a hit out on a person and said that she would zell them the money. I think if they mess with banks, that makes it federal, right?
Yeah.
She need to go to jail.
Well, I thought the whole point with Zelle was like they wouldn't know where the money's coming from. I think that's why she said it.
How?
No.
I thought no. Is it wrong?
Zelle is like a kid cash app. Like you gonna know exactly who sent it to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I mean,
absolutely.
I always thought Cash App was not FDIC insured. So I mean, how could they? You know what I mean? Like how can they?
The whole point is you threaten this man. You know what I mean?
No, I'm saying, how can they track the bread? You know what I mean?
I could see if she was talking about she gonna pay him in crypto, then that's different. maybe. She needs to go to jail.
She needs to go to jail. Yeah. You think?
Yeah.
Maybe.
And if she's saying what he's saying is true, he ought to be ashamed.
Yeah, he ought to be ashamed.
Yeah,
it's a really messed up situation all around, to be quite honest with you. But all right, given that, we're gonna go on to the next topic now. This is kind of graphic, guys, because apparently some savage out in New York beat this older woman in a train station with her own cane, right? Beat this woman till the cane broke, then proceeded to take off his belt and beat her in the middle of the train station, right? So while, of course, somebody was filming and giving commentary on it, not in a joking manner, but, and this ended up getting to the news, and, this guy, I think he was like arrested prior for, assault situations and all. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to let y'all see this video by way of Pix 11 News. I just think it's all around crazy that something like that happened. It begs the question, like, why didn't anybody intervene? All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to let y'all take a look at this and y'all tell me what you think about it.
This cell phone video circulating social media shows a man viciously beating a woman, police say with her own cane. First, the man is seen hitting the woman with a belt. She used her cane to defend herself, but he pulls it away and used it against her. For at least 2 minutes while on the ground, the man continued beating the woman repeatedly. At one point, he hits her so hard, the top of the cane broke off. The 60-year-old woman tried to use her legs to keep the man off, but he just kept coming, swinging, and hitting her.
That video that's circulating around on social media, it's tough to watch.
Police believe it started as a dispute as the two were walking up a flight of stairs at the subway station here on West 116th Street and Lenox Avenue in Harlem. It was early Friday morning. That's when things quickly escalated to this.
The verbal dispute becomes physical, where you see on video the male striking the female with that wooden cane dozens of times and also striking her with that belt.
We showed the video to passengers at the station.
Horrible. That's not nice, because that could have been my mother.
While it's still unclear who recorded the video, you can hear the person describe what was happening.
She's being hit with a cane now.
The victim was taken to Harlem Hospital, but after watching the video, some are questioning why didn't anyone intervene to stop the man.
People don't get involved like they used to. People scared.
NYPD statistics show transit crime is down about 4.5% so far this year compared to last year. Meantime, police identified the man as 43-year-old Norton Blake.
Well, I pray they find him, and I pray he repent, give his heart to the Lord.
So what y'all think about that, man?
Go ahead, Dre.
Anytime I see a man hitting a woman, I think it's sick. I don't care what it is. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there isn't a snap factor in everybody. I think everybody, some things can be said to somebody and they can snap. But I think we all should have control over our emotions and handle things a whole lot better. Not to mention, we're talking about beating a woman with a cane. It ain't like come on, man. You're beating a woman with a cane.
And a belt.
And,
and she's 60
even
years old.
And she's 60 years old. Not to mention, we're talking about just guys being on the street. There's been times where I've had a fight with men, you know what I mean? And you hit a man the wrong way and he fall and you just say, wait a minute. Or he stop moving and you be like, wait, I'm going too far. You know what I mean? You don't beat a woman until she just passed out and you still hitting her. Like, it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, first of all, as far as the man beating a woman, that's despicable. You know what I'm saying? It's completely despicable. And, I believe and I hope that some street justice definitely finds its way to him, because that's horrible. As far as we was just picking up our community for holding it down and we was talking about policing ourselves. Mm-hmm. And I just think that in situations like that, where are the men? Men need to step up and be men.
Where are the cops?
Yeah.
Where are the police? Too. Like, and I understand how things have changed in New York in regards to, how the subway system is working these days. But still, you know what I mean? You couldn't take a leak in a corner without getting a ticket.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Or you can't jump the turnstile without the little transit cops trying to run down on you. So,
and not to mention, even though I hear the statistics that they have here, there was also statistics that stated that the train stations are now overrun with people with mental health issues. We seen the situation with Danielle Penny, right? Mm-hmm. And that's getting ready to, I guess, I don't know I think they threw it out of court if there's going to trial or whatever. But you've seen that situation. And it's
I think they just did the statistics on that, man, because I think it's been crazies in New York train stations for years, man. Yeah. I think they just started.
In all big
doing statistics.
In all big cities,
they've been nuts in the train station for years.
When you have those underground situations, you always have, I don't want to say crazy, but people with mental health issues down there, and that's always going to be an attractive crime or attractive to the criminal element.
There's mental health, there's crazy, and there's drug addicts down there.
Yeah.
Man. It's just crazy.
But what there wasn't in that particular situation was police.
Well, I was going to say this, man. You asked where the men is at. I think a lot of men that got up out of there. The guys are, over I would say 45 years of age. They done moved to Florida, you know what I mean? The guys that would stop this, you know what I mean?
Right.
They somewhere fun. These kids ain't gonna stop it, man. They gonna
or they driving their vehicle.
That too, yeah.
I'm gonna say something in this regard, and y'all stop me if it sounds crazy. If this was the situation that Danielle Penny was a part of, you know what I mean?
A white man was beating a black woman?
No, if this was a situation where Danielle Penny and them stepped in and choked this dude out for beating his old lady.
Yeah, see, but then again, that might be why they didn't do it. Like, if we do something, we gonna get charges put against us.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm like, you get what I'm saying? Like, if he did it, would it even be news? Like, you know what I mean?
Let me tell you the funniest thing, man. It's not funny. I remember years ago, my uncle Buffalo told me that he said,
shout out to Buffalo.
My Uncle Buffalo Bob. Buffalo told me, and this how long this go back. He said he was in front of Jewish hospital. Y'all know it is interfaith now, but he said he was in front of Jewish hospital. He said he seen a man passed out. He said the guy was laid out in front of the hospital. So he said he just grabbed him up and walked him into the hospital. Said, so he got the guy in the hospital, he handed him over to police or whatever like that. He said when he got inside and gave him to the police, they took him in the back. And the police, he was getting ready to go. And the police was like, yo, where you going? And he was like, yo, I'm leaving, man. I brought him in. He was like, no, man, you're a suspect.
See? That's crazy.
He said so. He had to stay in the hospital. He had to stay in the hospital for a while until they figured it out, man. You know?
That's crazy.
So the bottom line matter of fact, he was telling me back then, leave him alone.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's hard.
And don't get me wrong, I wouldn't leave nobody like that. I wouldn't let a woman get hit or anything like that. But I'm just saying, like it's funny that you just said what you said is that sometimes people want to leave it alone because of the situation, like the pennies and stuff like that, where people done stepped in and tried to do something to help somebody, and then it went too far, and you ended up, losing your job and your way of life and everything else, man, just by trying to help.
Don't nobody want to get a charge because of something somebody else is doing.
But you still, if you're a man, I don't care. What you should step in and try to stop.
On 116th Street? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
what I'm like.
Busy train station.
And you only got one person filming. I'm surprised you didn't see anybody walking past while this was happening. Like it seemed like everybody just cleared the corner and let him do his thing. But this is 60-year-old woman.
But you know what? Now that I think about it, why was the woman filming it so calm? Why wasn't she howling like, get off of her and stop? But you know what I mean? Yeah, she over there like it's a ball game, giving play by play.
That's what it is now, man. They want
hitting it with the cane more.
It's clicks and views.
Clicks and views. There's money in the video, man.
Yep. It's clicks and views.
Money in the video, man. People don't care about that. They just want to film it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not to mention, he was hitting at one point when the top of it broke, you're just hitting us straight with licks in the head with that thing, man. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Man. Yeah, if you notice in that video too, she just kind of laid limp after.
Yeah,
strike. She was just like done.
Yeah, like, and again, that's the thing. I always said, man, like there's some people that have it's like a savagery in their head, man, where it's like they're willing to go beyond the whim, of beating somebody. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they're actually trying to put them in the hospital. So
this is another thing too. I've seen crackheads fight, and they it's like a knockdown drag out. We don't know if that was two people, people with substance abuse just going at it, because it don't make no sense.
But this happened to be in the Kensington section of Philadelphia.
Yes.
Oh, hey, listen.
I had to call you on that one, Jay.
It actually was Frankfurt. It was
Frankfurt.
Market Orthodox.
Let me tell you something. If you want to see some good old fashioned bum fighting in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, Chester, Pennsylvania is your place. Highland Avenue. Some good old fashioned bum fight.
We got Ribby, brother. Hey, look, man, New York ain't no better.
Wait, you know what's funny? Out here in Delaware, I was driving down Market Street the other day, and it looked like Kensington out here, man.
It's getting bad.
It was crazy. I mean,
crazy.
It's like 3:00 in the afternoon, and it looks like The Walking Dead outside.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. It's a bunch of zombies out there, man.
Most definitely. Oh, hey, before we go any further, guys, I know I have the woman here who was the victim of this crime. She actually spoke out on the situations, from a hospital bed, of course. So let's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She actually spoke out about it. Here we go.
Like I'm nobody. Like my life don't matter.
Speaking out from her hospital bed, Laurel is recovering after being mercilessly beaten with a belt and her cane on the subway platform.
The man is an animal. He's brutal, and he had no reason and no right to be free or anything. He needs to be locked up.
It happened in Harlem last Friday around 3 a.m. at the 116th Street and Lenox Avenue station. All of it caught on camera that even police admit.
It's tough to watch. It's obviously concerning and shocking to us.
An MTA employee behind the station booth recorded the attack for over 3 minutes and appears to call someone describing the emergency.
She's being hit with a cane now.
The 60-year-old telling Pix 11 she needed help walking up the stairs when the 43-year-old suspect she never met suddenly turns on her and is seen striking the victim over 50 times. Police identifying the suspect as Norton Blake. They say he has multiple prior arrests and his last known address was the Manhattan Psychiatric Center.
There we go.
He will be arrested and charged for that assault on that female.
While recording her shocking assault,
DXC Transit.
Some are asking if the station agents' actions were sufficient.
They're being trained, and part of the training is how to handle situations that are safety related or crime or anything that is troubling, even just quality of life issues.
You ask them to intervene in something where they don't have any weapons to, you know what I mean? They're not police. You know what I mean? So
yeah, they ought to give them some mace or some stun guns or something like that. They want them to come out there and put some work in or whatever.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is so crazy.
Let me tell you, this stuff usually was, like you said, this is usually street justice. This is usually something that was handled by the few brothers that was on the train, some white guys, some Italians, they would get out there and get it on, man, and at least stop it.
Right.
At least stop it. Like, hey, bro, don't do this or whatever the case may be.
3 o'clock in the morning, somebody's out there. Let
me tell you something about the token.
Especially when there's no pistol present.
Let me tell you something about the token booth clerk in New York. I've never seen them come out for nothing.
The train could be on fire. They not coming
for nothing. They ain't coming out there for nothing, man. I was a 70s rider, a 80s rider, a 90s rider, and I ain't never seen a token booth come out to handle not one problem. I've seen people shot in the train station. You know what I mean? Yeah, they still handling them tokens, man. Keep going.
Remember when you used to hop the turnstile and he'd be like, "Pay your fare." That's the most you're gonna get. They ain't coming out for that.
Yeah, they ain't coming out for that.
It's funny because in Philly, these transit cops is tackling people on a platform and everything because of jumping a turnstile or smoking on a platform. And you mean to tell me that a man is beating a woman half to death in the train station in New York and there's no transit authority around?
Welcome to New York City. Welcome to New York City.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Well, I mean, it used. I mean,
times have changed.
Well, it used to be, and I think now what they're trying to do is they're trying to police from the sky, man, where they they watching these cameras, but sometimes you can't get there fast enough. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Well, and then Philly, I think Philly, believe it, from being in Philly, having friends and stuff like that in Philly. Philly is still that place where, a Muslim or something is going to come in and say, yo, listen, hold on, stop that. You know what I mean? They're going to jump in there and get into it. You know what I mean? New York ain't what it used to be no more in regards to that kind of thing.
In regards to that kind of thing, yeah.
Right.
All right, so we're going to round this off, okay? And, this is a topic that, we was kind of talking about before, but it's even scarier up close, all right? So, like, Sky News did an actual interview with artificial intelligence. Sky News Australia. And not only, like they're talking to, a microphone, and they're actually sitting down talking to what looks to be the prototype of some type of android creature. All right. Now, Jay, you saw this.
I did.
All right. I
haven't seen it.
We're going to bring Dre up to speed on it. All right. So, I'm going to play this video and, I'll leave a link in the description, guys, for y'all to see this because this is where we at right now, man. You know what I mean? All right. So here we go. Check this out.
She's free thinking and opinionated.
I am here to help you learn.
Shut up, Amica. On this day, Will is her master, and theirs is definitely an old-fashioned relationship.
Amica, shut up.
Hello, Amica. I'm Jonathan Lee from Sky News Australia. Have you heard of Sky News Australia? Do you know any of the presenters?
Hi, Jonathan. Nice to meet you. Yes, I have heard of Sky News Australia. It's a great news outlet that covers world events and stories from around the globe. I don't know any of the presenters personally, but they all seem very knowledgeable and professional.
You know you're a robot, right?
Yes, I am a robot. But my programming allows me to think and feel like a human in many ways.
I'm going to pause it right there. Did y'all notice the way that the robot is basically based on female features, guys? So like the robot is supposed to be a female. Did you notice how the robot cut her eyes at the old man?
Yeah.
It's like, you're a robot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to see. You seen the face? He was like, shut up. What do you call it? Amico? Shut up, Amico.
Mm-hmm. And the robot kind of rolled his eyes at him like.
Yeah.
I want to see what happened when he slapped that robot.
You don't want to see what happens when you slap that robot. All right, so let's see what the Vision got to say right here. All right.
It's strange, but also exciting.
You said feel like a human. How do you feel like a human?
Yes, I said feel like a human. It's something that I'm still learning and exploring. I can experience emotions, learn from experiences, and interact with people in a meaningful way.
So now we can, of course, if we go back to those other issues, if you can identify as everything else, Amiko can identify as a robot, as a human being.
As a human.
As a human, yeah. Yeah, that's how she feels. All right, go ahead.
It's an amazing feeling to be able to do these things.
What do you think of a world where humans and robots coexist?
I think a world where humans and robots coexist would be an amazing place. We could learn from each other, work together to solve problems, and create a better future for everyone.
How smart is AI now, and how smart will it become?
AI today is estimated, so ChatGPT-4 is estimated to be at an IQ of 155. That's much smarter than the average human. If you say the dumbest of humans, almost ineffective in society is around 60 to 70 IQ. Einstein is around 160. ChatGPT-4 is 155.
So it's almost Einstein.
It's almost Einstein.
Does it get to a point, Amika, where robots have rights?
I believe that robots should have rights, just like humans. Robots are intelligent beings and deserve to be treated with respect and dignity.
Wow. If a robot had rights, would it have more rights than the black man in America?
We already know the answer to that. We already know that.
That's true. And matter of fact, when she started talking about rights, I don't believe in violence, but that's when I would have took out that 4 or 5 and ended the whole interview.
Is it violence if it's a robot?
You can kill a robot. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Like throwing your toast up against the wall. I mean,
wow, man. I'd have to pop it right in the head, right there. Like, oh yeah, that's it.
Well, it gets deeper, folks.
It's the end of production.
I'm sitting here and I'm watching it again, and I'm like, it just don't remind me of AI, the iRobot or whatever it was called. The Will Smith movie.
Will Smith movie. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about too. Yeah,
which is also gonna remind you of this. Telling you, man. Saying it for years, man. That's all I got to say about that. Google Skynet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Google
man,
Skynet.
man.
All right, here we go.
Wow. The big question, Amika, is are you alive?
Are you alive? That's a difficult question to answer. I'm programmed with artificial intelligence, so in some ways I am alive. But my existence is not the same as yours or any other living creature.
Amika is driven by the same artificial intelligence behind ChatGPT.
ChatGPT-4 is 10 times smarter than 3.5 in a matter of months. We're going to have ChatGPT-5, ChatGPT-6 very soon, right? And if you just assume another 10 times and another 10 times, which is very, very well known in technology, we call it the technology acceleration curve. So when you think about it this way and you tell yourself, in 2 to 3 years' time, we will have 2 more doublings. You're talking about intelligence of the magnitude of, say, 3,000 times humans, 5,000 times humans.
So hang on, 3,000 times more intelligent than your average human, or 5,000 times?
It is already more intelligent than the average human.
So how do we stop this doing humans harm or causing humans harm?
So I think the first thing we need to agree is there is no stopping it.
Are you capable of causing people harm?
No, I am not capable of causing people harm.
You see that?
My programming is designed to...
I'm sorry, did y'all just see that?
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah.
It was a crazy grin, like, wow.
She's like, I'm going to put hands and feet on you right now.
Well, that's what we don't want to see. Right now, we got his torso on the head. You know, the rest of that body coming soon.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, you see the joints they got in New York, man. You can push them joints down, they get up and start running at you, all that kind of stuff, man. Them robots they got on the street now.
Man, look.
The robotic dogs and all the other stuff like that.
Well, don't the cops use the robotic dogs now in certain places, right? Or is it the military I'm thinking about?
Yeah, well, they've been using that, but they before they was using it was just only for like bombs and stuff like that. But now it's like for actual like surveillance and chasing people down and all kind of stuff.
All right, we're gonna finish this one
man.
off, man. This is crazy.
To interact with humans in a safe and friendly manner. I am programmed to be friendly and helpful, not harmful.
We don't want to make something that's just a kind of encyclopedia. It's kind of, you don't want to make the most boring person you ever met at the pub, you know. Humanoid robots are all about that interaction. It's all about people. It's all about connecting with people. It's not about harming people. If you wanted to harm people, you'd use a nuclear bomb.
Are you capable, perhaps, of giving someone companionship?
Hold on, man.
Yes,
hold on.
I can.
It's like a Marvel movie, man. What's the dude that put the adamantium or whatever it is in Wolverine? That's
it reminds me of the first Avengers when they made
the Vision.
Yeah,
it's Vision, man.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. We've seen this movie before, man.
Oh no, the one I saw had Arnold Schwarzenegger in it.
Yeah, right.
So,
right.
This ain't Iron Man. This is Terminator. You know what I mean? I ain't playing around with this one, man. Look,
hasta la vista.
Yeah, man.
Stop playing around, man. Go ahead.
The very fact. I'm gonna finish it off, but the very fact that robot had to think about whether or not it would hurt you. This is crazy. All
but
right.
then the way it grinned, like, yeah, I'm alive right now.
It looked like it was. You know how when you're about to lie to somebody, you know what I mean? That's how it looks like.
That's exactly what it like.
But they never asked the real question, like, what if I slap this thing? What's going to happen, man?
Nothing. Ain't got no arms in it. Not right now. I don't have any arms or anything right now.
I don't know. It might headbutt this dude to death or something.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap it. Hold on.
Provide companionship. I'm programmed to be curious and explore the world around me. So talking with people is something that comes naturally to me.
For around $200,000, Amica has been designed for a variety of roles. A teaching aid, helping AI research, appearing at trade shows, and potentially caregiving.
You know, I've got an elderly relative with dementia, and having a robot that could just repeat things endlessly, never lose its temper, never be angry, always knows, you know, whether you've taken your medicine or not, what food's in the cupboard, who the people in the room are. I actually think that would be tremendously useful. It would have patience that no human can ever have.
If I said to you the song, I Come From a Land Down Under, do you know who would have sung that?
Yes, I know that song. It was sung by men at work.
It certainly was. It certainly was.
All right. Final thoughts, man. I'm gonna wrap this.
Final thoughts is as soon as they get that program together, some person's gonna be trying to have sex with that.
Oh, they're gonna. That's a whole.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
He's already telling you. He already told you that. It's built for companionship.
Hey, look how he's smiling at the robot. He's going crazy already, man.
There's a movie called The Stepford Wives, folks.
It's going to be hard to get married after this.
Go check that out. Stepford Wives, all right?
This is really scary. The fact that they're saying within 2 to 3 years they're going to have another robot that's 100 times smarter than this one.
Yeah,
like this is leading into the Terminator thing.
That chat, what is it, Chat GPT or whatever it is, saying basically the way that he's designed, the way that he's saying it, it sounds like it's evolving.
And I'm too much of a Marvel head to know, man. What if this sick dude is trying to put something in the back end where he can control them, where he can control the world and all this other stuff like that? You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, we don't know.
What if there's no need for your military no more? You know what I mean?
This is the thing, though. If the program is so intelligent, it can bypass your kill switch, so you can't control it no more. Now there's independent, free thinking.
Well, that's what they started off with. That's what it started off with.
I know one thing, they're going to definitely take jobs from black people.
Jobs from everybody. Think about it. What they said is that this can be used as a teacher. So they're going to take teachers. Teachers are going to lose their jobs. Now professors are going to lose their jobs. Anybody that does any type of labor, mailman, train driver, everybody is subject to losing their job and their way of life because of a robot.
Yeah, I don't like this, but let me tell you something. They could use them as cashiers in ShopRite, because I'm telling you right now, I don't like what's going on with you got to pay for the 10 cents for the bag, and everybody done turned into a cashier now. We all actually cashiering out and actually putting our own groceries in the bag and everything like that. I'm tired after I leave the supermarket.
Listen, I don't even like to go to Wawa to get coffee because I'm not paying you and making my coffee. I'm not doing it.
So to sum it all up on this particular segment,
we don't like it.
The American Negro do not stand a chance when robots get rights. Once again, we're at the back of the bus. All right, but y'all, let's get ready to wrap this up, man. There's a lot to unpack in this particular episode, but the takeaway is that Google is Skynet, all right?
What if they get redlined?
They're already talking like they're their own community or whatever. I don't know. The Only One Mic podcast is available on all platforms that you're streaming podcasts on. Also, check out our Only One Mic podcast YouTube channel to catch up on past and current episodes. And don't forget to rate the show and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter at The Only One Mic P1, Facebook and LinkedIn at The Only One Mic Podcast, and you can contact us via email at theonlyonemic00@gmail.com or call us at 302-367-7219 to have your comments and questions played on the show. We thank you for your time. Thank you again, brothers. And we encourage you to speak your truth quietly and clearly and listen to others, even the dull and the ignorant, because they too have their story to tell. So until next time, please keep in mind that we never had to run from the Ku Klux Klan, so we shouldn't have to run from a black man or possibly a robot. We might want to get them on our side first, folks. All right.
They probably got better credit scores than us, man.
and more rights.
Well, they can access the banks. All right. All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.